Smack That by Akon. Because if I couldn't charge my phone, if I couldn't charge my camera, I'd be crying, screaming, throwing up, bawling on the floor. Akon walks so Mr. Beast could run. Hey, what's up, Besties? Welcome back to my channel. Today we have some very delicious Snapdragon pho. This is my favorite gluten-free pho. It's actually beef flavored. And then I also have some kimchi. I haven't tried this brand yet, but I've been obsessed with kimchi lately from this hot pot place that I go to. We're gonna go ahead and add the packets. So I figured we'd do a little mukbang and just kind of talk about some things that have been on my mind lately. Because honestly, there's a lot going on in my mind. I'm only 1 week away from starting the semester of school, so I figured we'd do a little fun, lighthearted chit-chat video instead of something a little bit harsher. So this is actually the Flavor Magic Abracadabra, literally says that, packet. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here, okay? This is the dried veggies. Well, I love veggies, so go ahead and add that as well. And this is actually the flavor oil balm. It's kind of spicy actually, but last time I opened this, it exploded all over my outfit and I really don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna like lean back. Me and Tyler were in the kitchen the other day. I was like listening to music with him and all of a sudden a bop came on. Smack That by Akon. And I was like, this was my jam at one point, and I start going down the rabbit hole with Tyler, like telling him, have you heard like what Akon is doing now? Have you been in the drama at all? And he's like, no, what is he doing? And I'm like, you don't know. And he's like, no, I don't know. And I'm like,
you don't know what Akon's doing.
And he's like, no, tell me. So I started telling him about how there's this whole Akon City, and he allegedly scammed one of his business partners. Let's talk about this because I'm honestly so interested. This lovely, see, it like looks so good. It's actually so good. Akon was popular in the early 2000s. If you ever listen to the songs Lonely or Locked Up, they're all very dramatic, very interesting. It's like very sad, dramatic, R&B-esque, early Y2K vibes. It is said that he had a few run-ins with law enforcement, ups and downs, rough, like very rough lifestyle. So it is then said that basically he cleaned up his act and started doing music, and that is where he basically popped off, and he was included as a feature and even had his own songs. But I primarily know Akon from being a feature on so many songs but slaying it. It's almost like when you listen to someone like Future or someone like that who has multiple people on a track, but his music was just so good and his voice was just so, you can tell when it was going to be an Akon song. I might have to ask Tyler to open this because it's not opening. Oh my gosh. Okay. Smells like the kimchi that I like. I'm gonna bring over here my little coaster moment. It has bows on it. Very coquette. And we're going to try. She looks good. She looks crunchy. Love a good crunchy moment. I'm gonna get a little bit because I'm such a picky eater. If I like one kimchi, doesn't mean I'll like them all. So not as good. This one's very spicy. Oh, wow. It's not bad. It's just very spicy. Oh my gosh. Good though. Not very. It's very spicy. I would put that on something. Eating it by itself might not be the best move. So then, everyone keeps saying, can you imagine a life without lights? What if we didn't have lights? Like, what if we did not have electricity? What if we didn't have power? What if you couldn't charge your phone? Because if I couldn't charge my phone, if I couldn't charge my camera, I'd be crying, screaming, throwing up, bawling on the floor. Because I just don't feel comfortable with the fact that there's people in this world who don't have electricity. Well, Akon thought the exact same way. He was ahead of his time. He was a giver. He was giving. He thought, I'm going to start my own thing called like Akon Lights Africa. And it became huge. Everyone knew Akon as this philanthropist. And they're like, okay, since he's so into philanthropy and this is all he's doing, he's lighting Africa, he's making these hit singles, he becomes deemed as like this amazingly good person. And we see this a lot with people like Adam Sandler. We see it with people like I mean, the main one I could really think of is Adam Sandler. Like, a lot of people will say he's just this great guy, this great guy. People will say, oh, he donated money to this, oh, he did this. I haven't really heard too much bad on Adam Sandler. That's how I feel in the early 2000s it was with Akon. This is bomb. Think. Grab a snack, grab something to eat with me. Let's eat together, because I feel like when I used to watch mukbangs all the time, it was because I wanted to eat with someone, which is so sad because now I'm mukbanging. But I always ate watching a mukbang, so I felt like I was eating with someone. The initiative starts and everyone's helping him, like Africa. He's creating these hit bops, and things start to come out where he's a little bit problematic. Like, he's a little bit, people are just worried about, is Akon actually legit? Is he saying this just so that he can take money from people? They're starting to wonder, and this is all alleged, but people are just wondering if with good faith he's taking the money and doing what he's actually saying. Quite similarly to Mr. Beast. Akon walks so Mr. Beast could run. Newspapers begin reporting, and several tabloids start reporting that Akon is actually not as sweet as it seems, allegedly. Behind the scenes, they're saying tensions are high. He acts a different way when he's around other people, especially within, I believe, there was a music festival where they mentioned behind the scenes he was a bit more rude, allegedly. And this is quite similar to what you've seen with Ellen DeGeneres over the years. And then all of a sudden, Akon stops making as much music as normal. Like, he is not featured on any songs, he's not on any tracks. It's like he made all this money and then radio silence. A viral video of Akon allegedly pushing a fan into the crowd. Akon then responds on a podcast saying that he had to basically just leave the scene, get out before it was too late. He said that he pretty much had a street mentality and did not belong in the limelight with so much fame, arrogant people, and people who felt entitled basically to his life. Because you often see in some cases that when you have fans, a lot of people believe, and I'm of this sometimes, that you owe everything to your fans. Like, you owe a lot to them because they made you famous. And it's like, it's kind of a wish-washy thing, because if someone gets all up in your personal space, do you have the right to push them? That becomes a Justin Bieber with the tabloids and the paparazzi type deal. I think Kanye had a run-in with tabloids and paparazzis as well, where he probably like pushed them allegedly or something like that. So there's several stories where you hear people being like, I'm done with this. And that's what people saw within Akon's video that was leaked. He has this big plan of Akon City. It sounds crazy, Akon City. So people start to think, okay, well, what's Akon City? Well, there's allegedly cryptocurrency involved. It's supposed to look futuristic, kind of like what you would think a Reach looks like in Halo, if you ever played the game Halo, or if you ever watched the 100 and you see all this technology everywhere. That's kind of what Akon City looked like. It's a bunch of technology and shuttles and cryptocurrency and just one of the most high-tech cities probably in the world, based off of what I've seen in the sketches and the photos that were put out. And apparently there were several investors or people who were allegedly assisting with funding this, and then one of them allegedly sued Akon for a specific amount of money because they didn't agree. And now I just saw a tabloid that said that Akon basically has to use the land before a certain date, or else the Senegalese people may, or government may ask him, like, what are you doing with this land? Because if you buy up 90% of the land, let's say, in someone's country, they may ask, what are you doing with it? Like, if I bought 90% of the land in the United States, I'm pretty sure the government might ask, what are you doing with it? And this reminds me a lot, and I'm just making a little small comparison here, it reminds me a lot to Kanye. Kanye's like little school that he has, academy, where it's like, what's going on? Are you enrolled? Why are your kids in here? What are they learning? There's a lot of questions, and if you felt the same when you saw Akon City come out, just let me know down in the comments, because I remember being stunned. Like, I have a lot of questions. I do. Maybe I should be on the board of Akon City because I want to know what's going on. I'm confused. In efforts to mind my own business, that is everything that I could find on Akon City. The last thing that I saw was the Senegalese people basically saying, what are you going to do with it, buddy? Okay, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I actually was going to come on here and talk a little bit about the Tasha Page, I believe her name is, and Ruth Gasalt thing that's going on, but I did not feel comfortable at all eating while talking about that subject because look it up on TikTok. It's just a very sad scenario. So let me know your thoughts on that situation if you want to hear the story from me, if you think it's worth me discussing. If not, please leave a comment down below of any other video ideas you have. I really appreciate you guys. Love you so much. Bye.